I'm Mike Morrone, head professional at the Foundry Golf Club. This week we're going to discuss how to hit pitch shots with different trajectories. I see a lot of students who use the same club and the same technique for multiple shots around the greens. Our best skill development is to have more tools in our toolbox where if a shot dictates a lower ball that runs more or a higher ball that stops sooner, that we can hit that shot. There's three main aspects that I use to help control the trajectory. The first is ball position. I'm going to move it back in my stance for a lower shot and forward for a higher shot. I'm then going to worry about my wrist hinge on the backswing. The more wrist hinge I get, the higher I can hit it, the lower I'll hit it. I also then focus on the way through. I want to think about my handle and how much I release the club. So I'm going to dictate all three of these shots for you and to show you how I do it. On my setup, I want to get my feet just narrower than shoulder width apart, about 60% of my weight on my front leg, and slightly open stance. For a low shot, the ball's going to be back in my stance. I'm not going to have any wrist hinge on the back of my swing, and on the way through, I'm going to keep my hands really low so the butt of my club is pointing straight up to the sky. It's going to look a little bit like this. Now, as we work our way to a little bit higher trajectory, to a medium trajectory, that ball is going to be moved up in the middle of my stance, still going to have 60% of my weight on my left leg. I don't want my weight shifting back and forth so my low point control can stay consistent. I'm now going to hinge my wrist slightly as I take the club to the back of my swing so the club is parallel to the ground. As I release the club on the way through, I want to match that image so the club is pointing at me parallel to the ground on the way through. Now, to hit a higher, softer shot, this ball is going to be moved forward in my stance. Weight is still going to be 60-40. However, when I swing this club back, I'm going to hinge my wrist a lot more till I get into a thumb up position and the butt of the club is pointing straight down at the ground. As I swing through, again, I want to copy that image so my thumb is pointing straight up in the sky and the butt of my club is straight down at the ground. Try that next time, and hopefully you have more tools in your toolbox.